Now at 5, a family in mourning after a garbage truck hits and kills a retired teacher on Davis Island. The investigation into the man behind the wheel and the other accident he's had in his garbage truck.
And making streets safer for students, the changes county leaders are working on now before kids head back to school.
Plus, a Pinellas County woman forced to take down her American flags. The reason she wanted to display them in the first place and the reason she's being told she can't.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. Time to wake up and start your day.
This is ABC Action News in the morning.
A lot of news to get to on this Wednesday morning. Glad you're with us. I'm James Tully.
And good morning, I'm Dee Riley. Want to help you get out the door with a look at traffic and weather together. Lindsay standing by, watching the roads for you.
All clear in my department. I think it's going to be a nice day.
Good.
Uh-oh, don't jinx it.
Right?
Quiet so far. We're going to be watching for some morning showers. Good morning, everybody. Let's start it with Titan Doppler radar. Take you down to the areas where I think we could see some rain today, and that's going to be maybe Pinellas down towards Manatee County. We'll watch the radar here, usually between Sarasota and St. Pete. We get some activity here by 7 o'clock in the morning. That will try to move in for later on today. With that onshore flow, it's going to be warmest at the coast today with temperatures near 80 to start, mid-70s inland. Here's what Tampa's looking at. Because the showers are going to be coming at us later this morning, our best opportunity for rain 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. around Tampa, then clearing out for the afternoon. Highs near 90. I'll show you that hour by hour for St. Pete, less than 10 minutes away. Lindsay, where are you starting this morning?
I-275, my traffic camera here is posted at I-4, and we are looking at downtown Tampa. Beautiful shot here on this Wednesday morning of the skyline. Very light traffic out there on the majors this morning. Not going to have a problem. No crashes or breakdowns. Tampa side of the Courtney Campbell Causeway this morning. You are looking actually into Clearwater right now, so the headlights coming on over from Clearwater into Tampa. Let's take a look. Real-time drive times. By the way, I post these all morning on our free mobile app. You can get them there. 6 minutes over the Howard Franklin, 8 over the Gandy, 9 across the Courtney Campbell. James?
All right, Lindsay, thank you. Our top story now at 5. A local woman's life cut too short after a City of Tampa garbage truck hits and kills her. Now we're working to learn more information on exactly how this happened.
ABC Action News reporter Lauren St. Germain is live at the Tampa Police Department for us this morning. Lauren, what in particular are detectives planning to focus their investigation on?
Well, Deanne, James, right now they're trying to figure out if this was just a horrible accident or if something could have prevented this accident from happening. That's why we're here at TPD this morning, hopefully to get an update. I want you to take a look at your screen right now because this is the woman who passed away yesterday morning because of this accident. Her name is Marcia Rivers. Family told us over the phone yesterday that she was a longtime teacher and known as Cool Mrs. Rivers, one of those teachers that all the kids wanted to be in her class. This all happened near her Davis Island's apartment yesterday morning. Police say the garbage truck was backing up in an alley and apparently the driver never saw her walking by. As of right now, police have not cited the driver. We did pull his records though, and back in 2015, he was involved in another accident with his garbage truck. He got in trouble for not being aware of his surroundings. As soon as we learn exactly what police decide to do with this driver, we'll keep you updated on air and on our free ABC Action News mobile app. Coming up in a half hour at 5:30, you're going to hear from someone who witnessed that accident. He said it was absolutely horrific, and he's going to tell you what he saw the driver do right after he saw the accident. Reporting live in downtown Tampa, I'm Lauren St. Germain for ABC Action News.
Thank you, Lauren. Coming up on 3 minutes after 5, a medical examiner will perform an autopsy on a body found inside an NFL player's home to find out how the man died. This is video right here from outside the property in New Jersey. New York Giants and former Florida Gators cornerback Janoris Jenkins owns the property but rents it out during the off-season. The man whose body was found, we've heard, is a family friend. The cause of death, though, is still a mystery. We may be in the thick of summer break right now, but school leaders are working very hard this afternoon to make roads safer for hundreds of students as they head back to school in the fall.
We're committed to helping drive Tampa Bay forward, letting you know about the safety projects designed to help your kids. ABC Action News reporter Lauren Rosella live for us this morning in Tampa with the projects that are currently in the works. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning. So there are a lot of sidewalks here in Hillsborough County that both parents and school leaders say just simply aren't safe. One of those is right here near Middleton High School, where you can see this sidewalk is missing, but up ahead just a few feet, it's actually cracked or just needing to be repaired. But we just found out about an $850,000 grant to fix sidewalks near 4 other schools. Summerfield Elementary, you can see the sidewalk is barely wide enough to fit multiple students. Also Eisenhower Middle School, no sidewalk at all. Cypress Creek Elementary and Stowers also getting fixes. Now we've learned that construction will get started for all of those sidewalk repairs this fall and will be finished by spring. Now, back out here live, coming up ahead in our next half hour, we've learned about a very disturbing trend about kids walking here along the CSX train tracks just to get to school. The new safety measures being put in place to help protect kids. Again, that's coming up ahead at 5:30. Reporting live in Tampa this morning, Lauren Rosella, ABC Action News.
All right, thank you, Lauren. We're getting our first look at FDOT's plans to shrink a busy Lakeland road in the hopes of reducing crashes. We first told you last month FDOT wants to reduce South Florida Avenue to 3 wider lanes between Lime and Arion streets. These are new renderings here showing the road change from 5 to 3 lanes. Work on this project probably won't happen, though, for another 2 years.
Pinellas County Animal Services needs your help this morning. The shelter says it has nearly 300 kittens in foster care or waiting for foster families. And even if you can't take in an animal right now, they're asking for donations, specifically canned cat food. You can drop it off or send it to their Ulmerton Road location in Largo. They also need foster families. They've got 91 kittens awaiting foster care.
Right now, a Pinellas County homeowner fighting to keep these American flags here displayed in front of her home. Her HOA is ordering her to take them down. Jackie June says she first put up about 15 flags outside her Palm Harbor home in March because her son, who serves in the Air Force, was coming home. Then her homeowners association sent her a letter saying she's violating HOA rules and she needs to, quote, remove all miscellaneous items from view. When she refused to do it, she got 3 more letters.
I'm not doing this out of disrespect for anyone. I'm not doing this to prove a point. I'm doing this because I love the American flag and what it stands for.
June says she is standing up for those who serve our country, including her own husband, who died about 3 years ago. According to HOA rules, homeowners can only have 3 lawn ornaments in their yard.
The Hernando County School Board has now officially fired its superintendent. The board already voted to do so earlier this month, but Dr. Lori Romano got her official letter at last night's meeting. In that letter, the school board cited 8 reasons for firing Romano, including ineffective leadership, a vote of no confidence, and her decision to fire all Moton Elementary School teachers back in the spring without consulting the board first. Romano has the right to appeal.
Heads up for parents and other caretakers, you might start seeing videos like these showing up in your social media pages. It's part of a campaign to make people across the country aware of the dangers of leaving a child alone in a hot car. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration issued a safety warning yesterday, reminding parents to look before you lock.
Okay, right now on abcactionnews.com, this article that you see right here lists the 24 companies participating in a huge job fair that's happening today in Tampa. They include Ameriprise Financial, FIS Global, and JP Morgan Chase. The companies are looking to fill hundreds of immediate openings. This job fair is being held at Steinbrenner Field's event pavilion. It runs from 10 until 2.
Well, today the Tampa Bay Lightning unveiling their brand new $6 million practice facility at Ice Sports Forum in Brandon. These are pictures here of what it's expected to look like. The new facility is 18,000 square feet. To put that in perspective, that's 3 times larger than the previous space they had at Ice Sports. Meanwhile, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are now less than a month away from training camp.
Veteran players report on July 25th, and the first practice is scheduled for the very next day. There are 6 practices open to the public. The first one is on July 29th. To find one that fits your schedule, just follow us on Twitter at ABC Action News. We've posted all the information that you need.
A quick update on a crazy video here we showed you yesterday from Miami. This man riding on the hood of a car going 70 miles per hour down I-95. Well, now we're learning that Florida Highway Patrol has gotten involved and they may give this guy a ticket if they find him. The person who shot this video says he thinks the man on the hood was on the phone with the woman driving the car. And amazingly, the car eventually got off the interstate without that man losing his grip on the hood.
Oh my gosh. My goodness, she's crazy. Let's check in now with Greg D for a look at our forecast today. Hopefully we're going to see a little bit more sunshine.
Hopefully we will, and I think we will by the afternoon, though this morning there will be a couple of showers along the coast. Right now, St. Pete, Pinellas Park, Tampa, South Tampa over towards Riverview, all dry this morning, upper 70s and low 80s. Good morning, everybody. As we go through the day in St. Pete, temperatures upper 80s. Notice where your highest rain chances are before noon today in St. Pete. I think the afternoon and evening looks fine. I'll show you the rain chances and coverage for the afternoon for the entire Bay Area coming up in about 10 minutes. Dia.
All right, thanks, Greg. Coming up, a mother is demanding answers after her 6-year-old son just walks away from daycare and nobody even noticed. The change is being made right now to keep this from happening again.
And a 7-year-old boy from Tampa gets a hold of a loaded rifle. The strange place he left it that endangered not only himself, but everyone nearby.
Good morning, Bradenton, and all of Tampa Bay. Get everything you need to start your day.
This is ABC Action News in the morning.
Welcome back. It's 5:13 now. A Florida man is being warned about gun safety after a child from Tampa allegedly left a loaded rifle at a convenience store.
According to a Martin County police report, the 7-year-old boy was staying with family on the East Coast when he broke into his cousin's home and stole the weapon. Then he walked several blocks to a gas station, put the rifle down, and ran off. Deputies say when they recovered the rifle, there was a bullet in its chamber. The gun's owner was not home at the time.
If someone was doing their job, this would have never happened.
That's a mother who's demanding action and change after her 6-year-old son was found wandering blocks away from his daycare. St. Pete police say the kids at the Thomas Jet Jackson Rec Center were out on the playground when Jaden Ruiz managed to get out of the gate without any employees noticing. He was able to get to the main road before a woman driving by stopped and called 911.
I could have lost my son forever because I put my faith in the care of my child into a facility.
Thankfully, Jaden wasn't hurt. A supervisor has apologized for what happened. The city says it's evaluating the employee who was supposed to be watching him. His mother wants the city to overhaul its procedures.
14 minutes after 5, now to a road rage incident in South Florida that you just have to see to believe. Keep watching this guy right here. He's got a fight with this SUV. He takes his anger out on this vehicle. Now, we're not sure what prompted the incident, but look at there. A passerby caught the aftermath of some now viral cell phone video. Let me show you a closer look at it. You can see the man in the front of the other driver. He flexes his muscles and then he just keeps punching the grill of the SUV. Well, the driver then begins to back away and the man starts to retreat. But then he runs, look at there, sprints right toward the vehicle, crushing both of his knees into the already dented grill. We don't know the man's identity, but this video has already been seen more than 89,000 times online. I'm sure he's got a pretty nasty bruise
I would imagine
on his knees.
I would be shocked if he didn't break his hand. He really wound up for that punch, too.
Yeah, I know. Chill, buddy.
Comment, Greg?
Yeah, not that serious.
I don't even know what to say.
That guy, it's safe to say he needs anger management.
Yeah, that's something, man.
Safe to say.
Chill out, dude.
Yeah, really.
Not that serious. All right, good morning, everybody. Brooksville today, a nice day to kind of calm down and just stay at home. Enjoy the AC, pulling cooler air into your house because it's going to be hot and humid in the afternoon. Hernando County coming up to about 90 degrees. Your rain coverage likely a little bit earlier in the day, maybe early afternoon. Then the activity shifts east towards 75 into Sumter County for the afternoon. Those thunderstorms widely scattered, but if you get caught under one, you know how that goes. Big downpours could easily drop a half an inch to an inch of rain if it stays put. And of course, that dangerous frequent lightning, something we worry about every single day here in the summer in the Bay Area. At Greg D Weather, if you want to tag me in your photos, look at this gorgeous shot of Clearwater. Look at the walkway there along the beach. Just a perfect image from Tony. The color in the sky up above. Gorgeous sunset shot. A good reminder that as you're getting sunset photos, you may want to look left and right away from the sun. I know you want to capture that sun, but sometimes you can get just as an amazing of an image looking away to where that sun is lighting things up in those oranges and reds. Great capture there, Tony. I'll share that on my Facebook page this morning. Lakeland, all dry this morning. Clearwater and St. Pete dry for now. Anna Maria, Fort DeSoto, down towards Sarasota. But these are the areas, the coastal communities, that will be watching for some potential showers later on this morning. 76 in Brandon, 76 in Riverview. Tampa, good morning, 80. It's already 80 at Bay Pines, 81 Indian Rocks Beach. Some low to mid 70s inland from Bartow, Lakeland over towards Haines City. 75 should do it, down 27 from Frostproof all the way over towards Lake Placid, Sebring, and Avon Park. No big storm systems in the way, just showers out over the Gulf of Mexico this morning. As is typical, the activity during the day shifts come from the water inland, and that's when I expect those showers and storms to develop. So this morning, there they go, a couple of pop-ups possible right along the coast, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. As they head east, they'll start to grow, so Tampa's best rain chance right around midday. Then the activity shifts towards the east coast by the afternoon. So the afternoon, later after 3 o'clock, should be the best time for outdoor activities in the Bay Area. 91 degrees for Saturday on Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast with slightly higher rain coverage by the weekend. Looking at some flashing lights on the Sunshine Skyway. What's going on, Lindsay?
I just got off the phone with Florida Highway Patrol. They tell me a man was pushing a bicycle near the top of the Sunshine Skyway, was somehow injured. This is the ambulance. That's the flashing lights you see there. The ambulance there blocking the right-hand lane coming from Pinellas into Manatee County this morning. So just keep that in mind before you walk out the door. No major delays. You guys are still in the green there, 9 minutes between the tolls. I-4 traffic building here into Tampa this morning. No crashes or breakdowns reported. I think it's going to be a really nice drive, much like yesterday. Southbound from the Apex, you're still in the green right there. 10 minutes for drivers on I-75. Dia, back to you.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. 18 minutes after 5. Take a look at these pictures tweeted by the Selman Extension project managers. This is a look at all that construction that you see along West Gandy Boulevard. Officials say these are crews installing reinforcing steel for the foundation of the bridge. This is also why you're seeing period lane closures for construction. So at least progress is in the works.
Oh, progress, the key word there. And still ahead, a peaceful trip on the water turns into a life or death situation in an instant. The preparation that likely kept a couple alive that goes beyond just having life jackets. But first, Boeing unveils renderings of a hypersonic jet that would fly from the U.S. to Japan in 3 hours.
Blow your head back. And Elon Musk is revealing some features of the Tesla's upcoming pickup truck. Here's ABC's Diane Macedo and Kenneth Gibson.
In today's Tech Bites, Tesla's all-electric pickup truck.
CEO Elon Musk tweeted new details about the truck, saying it'll feature all-wheel drive, 360-degree cameras, and the ability to auto-parallel park. Tesla expects to start building the pickup truck next year with a 2020 release date.
Well, Boeing has unveiled a design for a hypersonic jet that could fly from New York to London in just 2 hours.
Much quicker than the usual 6 to 8 hours, but there are some questions about how much money the company's willing to spend on the project and whether it would be profitable. And you can now video chat with some friends on Instagram. The new feature called Instagram Direct rolls out today. It allows up to 4 friends to join a group video chat, and if things get boring, users can minimize the chat window and browse the rest of Instagram without ending the call. What's up, Candace?
Hey, what's up?
Did you minimize me?
Oh, totally.
Those are your Tech Bites.
I did like that photo.
Good morning, Riverview, and all of Tampa Bay. Time to wake up and start your day.
This is ABC Action News in the morning.
It is 5:23. This morning, 2 boaters are passing along a life-saving lesson after they capsized off of a Longboat Key.
What a story this is. The accident left them stranded for hours. Don Swanson and Tonda Reek were fishing when their boat started taking water. Swanson says they had every type of safety equipment imaginable on board, but you freeze in the moment. He recommends all boaters to give everyone on board a safety assignment just in case of an emergency.
When you're in that situation, you don't see what you need to see. And things aren't normal. It's very slow. It's very surreal.
So what happened is they were able to swim to the surface and hold on to the boat until they were rescued. The insurance company is now looking into why that boat started taking on water.
Pretty scary. All right, Pringles is bringing the heat this summer with its new chip flavor, Nashville Hot Chicken. The company says it's teamed up with Tennessee-based Dollar General to offer the flavor for a limited time this summer, and they say you can bet that it's a hot one.
I'm down.
I'm down.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're down. All right, 5:25 now. I want to switch gears now. Coming up, a Bay Area family is in mourning after a woman is hit and killed by a garbage truck right across the street from her Davis Island home.
Such a sad, sad story here. Next at 5:30, a witness account of what he saw the driver do moments after the crash.
Kids walking in dangerous conditions here along the CSX train tracks ahead. The new measures being put in place right now to help protect students.
And in eastern Hillsborough County and Brandon today, thunderstorms are likely early in the afternoon, clearing out by later on tonight. We're going to go out to Seminole Heights with your hour-by-hour forecast coming up just 5 minutes away. Time now, 5:25. Good morning. Live look outside. That is the Freedom Boat Club in St. Pete. Watching for some showers there, too, as well.
I can't remember.
Now at 5:30, a family in shock and detectives looking for answers after a garbage truck hit and kills a woman. Straight ahead, if the driver is facing charges and what police are working to figure out this morning.
And protecting kids walking to school, the new measure is being taken to stop students from walking along the train tracks.
Plus, more victims coming forward in what Largo police are calling the biggest scam they've ever seen. The suspect's still on the run this morning and where police say they may be hiding.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. Get everything you need to start your day.
This is ABC Action News in the morning.
Good morning, Tampa Bay. Halfway through the week. Thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Dia Riley.
And I'm James Tully. You start to see the light on
Yes.
Wednesday to the weekend. We start with a check of weather. Another hot one today, and we're also watching storms again, Greg.
That's right. I think a little different timing by the afternoon, and especially this morning. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we're talking about potential rain to start today. Zephyr Hills, good visibility, maybe a little bit of haze. Haines City down to frostproof on Highway 27. Nothing that will be a big impact to your morning drive. Titan Doppler radar also quiet, but it's the coast that we're watching for later on this morning for that potential rain. Seminole Heights, the showers start moving in early, maybe midday to late morning. Temperatures in the upper 80s. So everything you're heading out on the Hillsborough River, keep that to the afternoon and evening when the temperatures cool off and the rain moves away. Clearwater, your hour by hour coming up. Lindsay, what's going on this morning?
Starting off this morning in Pasco County at the Apex. This is where I-75 splits to 275. Traffic here moving along just fine. Starting to build there. No crashes, no breakdowns, nothing to worry about. This is the West Shore District. Got a new camera there. I-275 at Kennedy Boulevard. You can see how things are moving along. The bridges, just check the drive times. You guys are still in the green. Toll roads this morning. Southbound on the Veterans, 17 minutes from 54 to 275. Eastbound, westbound on the Selman, not going to have a problem. James, back to you.
All right, thank you, Lindsay. Our top story at 5:30. A family is in mourning after this beloved woman, Marcia Rivers, was hit and killed by a City of Tampa garbage truck. This happened yesterday morning near her Davis Islands apartment.
And so many questions still to be answered this morning. ABC Action News reporter Lauren St. Germain joins us now live from the Tampa Police Department. Lauren, have police cited the driver in this case yet?
And James, no, they haven't, and we don't even know if they're going to. That's why we're here at the police department this morning, because they're working to figure out exactly what happened yesterday, what went wrong. So take a look at your screen right now. This is a picture of the woman who passed away yesterday from this accident. Her name is Marcia Rivers. Family tell us she was a teacher who everyone loved. She had recently retired from Hillsborough County. Police tell us the garbage truck was backing up in an alley and apparently didn't see her. Witnesses tell us the scene was horrific.
We saw the driver in the streets freaking out and running. And they were trying to hold him down.
This morning, Marcia's family is trying to cope with the loss, and Tampa police are trying to figure out if it was a horrible accident or if it could have been prevented. As soon as we learn that information, we'll pass it along on air and on our free ABC Action News mobile app. Coming up in a half hour at 6 o'clock, we're going to talk about the driver because we pulled his records and did find he had another accident with his garbage truck. We'll tell you about that in just about a half hour. Reporting live in downtown Tampa, I'm Lauren St. Germain for ABC Action News.
Thank you, Lauren. We're watching for any new developments this morning after tragic discovery. The former mayor of St. Pete Beach was found dead inside his home. Right now, officials believe 63-year-old Stephen McFarland took his own life. Family members got worried after they hadn't heard from him in a while and they called police. McFarland served as mayor of St. Pete Beach from 2011 until 2014.
The future of what's now being called a 15-foot deep sinkhole is in the hands of the property owners. While officials will continue to monitor any growth, they say it's not their problem to fix because it's on private property. Right now, people are still being told to stay out of nearly half a dozen homes because of safety concerns, but that could change at any time. So far, though, officials say the hole hasn't grown since first opening up on Monday.
Some scary moments in Lakeland yesterday. It turned into an outpouring of love and support, though. Firefighters evacuated more than 150 people from a senior living facility. You can see some of the picture there after fire started on the roof. But what happened during and after this evacuation is what is making news this morning. Lakeland police posted these pictures and videos online saying support from the community has been incredible. People rushed to the scene to help with the evacuations. Businesses offered transport buses and neighbors walked residents to safety. The police department says it made for a very calm and smooth process.
That is
Love to
so
see that. Absolutely.
good to see, isn't it? We are committed to driving Tampa Bay forward, letting you know about projects underway to keep your kids safe.
Now, one of them involves kids taking dangerous routes to school, and it's a problem that's worrying both parents and also school leaders.
Let's go to ABC Action News reporter Lauren Rosella. She's live for us in Tampa with what's being done now to protect your kids before they head back to school. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning. So I want to give you guys a good look at one of the biggest problems that Hillsborough County school leaders are dealing with out here. A lot of it is missing and cracked sidewalks. You can see here along this main route to school, kids are basically walking along the grass and you can see how worn it is. But one of the biggest concerns that parents here near Middleton High School have are kids walking along the CSX train tracks to get to school. They're entering around Hillsborough Avenue and using it as a back route. And we've now learned that school leaders are working looking to put up barrier fencing and no trespassing signs just to keep students off of these tracks. They'll also be talking with kids one-on-one once the school year starts about safe routes that they can use to get to school. And back out here live, those aren't the only safety projects underway. We have a full list of everything that Hillsborough County school leaders are now pushing for in terms of safety and transportation projects, things like street lights, infrastructure, sidewalks on our website. It's abcactionnews.com. Just click on our Driving Tampa Bay Forward section. Reporting live this morning in Tampa, Lauren Rosella, ABC Action News.
Thank you, Lauren. And tonight in Pinellas County, leaders want your input on how to tackle the changing needs of the county. They're holding an open house meeting tonight at 6:30. It's at the St. Pete College Clearwater campus. If you can't make it, there's also an online survey. Well, people who lost nearly everything they own in a huge apartment fire in Riverview earlier this month, they're returning home now to collect what's left of their belongings. And later that building, we found out, is going to be demolished. Some people tell us that they're planning to go back to the Allegro Palms apartments as early as today, but they don't know if they're going to be allowed in. Officials say lightning sparked the fire that destroyed this building, displacing 100 people.
New insight this morning into the man who's accused of intentionally running down a local father and his 2 children. ABC Action News obtained court documents from 2010 that show Mikese Morse was institutionalized for mental health issues. His parents told us they had been trying to get their son help for years. They told us that on Sunday. Morse allegedly drove his car down a New Tampa bike path, hitting and killing Pedro Agueraberry and injuring his 2 children. Meanwhile, help continues to pour in for that family hit by a car on Sunday. A bike ride is being held on Saturday in Agueraberry's honor. It'll start at 8 a.m. at Flatwoods Park, right off the Bruce B. Downs exit. Then on Sunday, the Orange Theory in New Tampa is hosting a special workout class where they'll collect donations for the family. That is happening Sunday at 11:30 a.m.
5:37, a federal judge has ordered U.S. border officials to reunite separated families within 30 days. And if the kids are younger than 5 years old, the reunification has to happen within 14 days. The directive was issued after a lawsuit was filed by the ACLU on behalf of a 7-year-old girl and a 14-year-old boy who were both separated from their mothers. More than 2,000 migrant children are being held in government-contracted shelters in more than 15 states. Meanwhile, Republicans are set to vote on immigration today. The GOP can only afford to lose 17 votes. And if that happens, Plan B is to create a bill focused on just family separations. It could mean no DACA fix and no wall funding, at least for now.
Quick update on that rental scam we told you about in Largo. Since our story aired a few days ago, the number of victims has grown to 18. Meanwhile, the couple responsible is still on the run. Police say the accused scammers, Nicole and David Johnson, have gotten away with more than $30,000 in deposit money. Police say they have warrants out for their arrests. They think they may be hiding out somewhere in Long Island.
A new report just out this morning ranks 34th for Florida in the country for our children's well-being, but that's an improvement from 40th place last year. The Annie Casey Foundation put out its annual Kids Count report. The area where we rank the worst in is economic well-being. Florida falls to 42nd, with 39% of families spending a third or more of their income on housing. We're in 34th place for health, but the report says the state needs to do more to prevent child deaths and drug abuse among teens. And we're in 24th place in education, ranking high for preschool enrollment and 3rd grade reading.
We'll take a look at this man who managed to run up to a flight from Miami in his underwear. This all happened at the Atlanta airport. He was actually able to climb on the wing of the Delta flight that had just landed, even pounding on the plane windows. This all happening before he was arrested. Police say he climbed a fence to get onto the taxiway.
Now to a few wildlife updates this morning. We've learned that the home where somebody set a fire and stole a rare alligator belongs to the stars of the show Swamp Brothers. The only gator to survive the fire is still missing. 43 other reptiles died. The Swamp Brothers posted on their Facebook page asking anyone with information to please come forward.
And Florida wildlife officials have charged a minor for releasing that small alligator inside a Wawa gas station in Lakewood Ranch. This happened a couple weeks ago, but FWC just releasing the information now. And also happening now, that minor is being charged with a 2nd-degree misdemeanor.
I'm checking now with Greg D for a look at our forecast today. You're still watching for rain, but just a little timing issue here.
That's right. It could be earlier in the morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, everybody. We're starting off with mainly partly cloudy skies. Temperatures are right around 80. St. Pete over towards Tampa, Clearwater 77. But those showers could develop as early as 7 or 8 o'clock this morning. So the best opportunity to see rain early at Clearwater Beach, then clearing out for the afternoon. Temperatures in the upper 80s. I'll take you through the day hour by hour on Futurecast coming up just minutes away. James.
All right, thank you, Greg. Coming up on the show, changes on the way to a Bay Area intersection after a hit-and-run crash shows why it is so dangerous.
Plus, the incredible story of a man who was trying to stop a speeding driver flying through his neighborhood and what happened next that nearly got him killed.
Good morning, St. Pete and all of Tampa Bay. Get everything you need to start your day.
This is ABC Action News in the morning.
16 minutes till 6. This new surveillance video that you see here of a hit-and-run crash, right there in Pasco County, is getting a lot of attention this morning. The driver telling us that he feels lucky to have just walked away from it.
Yeah, if you watch closer, you can see the headlights. One stops and then just continues. ABC Action News reporter Adam Weiner, he's live for us in Newport Richey, where, Adam, we're already seeing changes to make that area safer.
That's right, James. In fact, they got the cones out there installing those changes right now. What happens is the vehicles will come down Starkey Road. They're moving pretty fast, and then somebody has to come up here at a place like Alico Pass to a stop sign and try to turn into that fast-moving traffic, and that led to a crash just a couple weeks ago, and we've actually got surveillance video that shows what happened. Take a listen. So in that video, you can see it shows a large truck, looks like some sort of diesel vehicle, possibly a work truck. It rolled through a stop sign as they tried to get onto Starkey Road, and then you heard that impact there. And then, of course, you see that truck driver take off. That was the extreme version of what can happen out here. The driver of that small car, his name is Zachary Bennett. He's a local dad, he's a computer technician. He tells us he feels lucky to have been able to walk away from that crash.
I want to make sure they were okay. So I tried getting out of my car. My door was, wedged shut. By the time I got out of my car, they gunned it. They just floored it and took off, and then I knew they were running.
So authorities tell us that they are still looking for the driver of that truck in that crash that happened a couple weeks ago out here. But the big news for the people who live and work and pass through this area is that big changes are coming to this intersection. What was a stop sign to get onto Starkey will now be a four-way traffic intersection with lights that they're installing right now. As far as we know, that according to the county, this is the only place along Starkey Road that they plan to install these lights. For now, live here in Pasco County, Adam Weiner, ABC Action News.
Thank you, Adam. 14 minutes till 6. This man that you see here is accused of trying to run over a Palm Harbor homeowner. Pinellas deputies say that homeowner tried flagging Nicholas Duclius down because they say he was speeding, but instead of stopping, they say Duclius just drove his truck off the road straight at that homeowner. Thankfully, though, the homeowner is okay this morning. Another neighbor says reckless driving is a huge problem in their neighborhood on Michigan Avenue.
We've often had to grab our children even just playing on the driveway because people do go so fast, and we're sometimes afraid they're going to lose control of their vehicles, especially late at night when people might be drinking.
That man is now facing reckless driving charges.
2 security guards who worked at Stoneman Douglas High School are off the job this morning. Broward County Schools says Andrew Medina and David Taylor are accused of not helping students during the February school shooting. Medina was suspended last year for sexually harassing 2 students, including Meadow Pollock, who died during the massacre. Meanwhile, some of the Parkland school shooting survivors will be in Sarasota today. It's part of the Road to Change tour that was launched earlier this month. Students from Stoneman Douglas will hold a town hall tonight at Selby Library starting at 5:30. The group is also traveling across the state and across the country, encouraging young people to register to vote. Other Bay Area stops include Tampa, St. Pete, and Lakeland. That's coming up in July.
All right, take a look at this. This is some news that's getting a lot of attention on abcactionnews.com this morning. It reads, Florida is not getting rid of daylight saving time, at least not yet. Back in March, the governor signed a bill to allow Florida to stay on daylight saving time all year round. It was supposed to take effect this weekend on July 1st, but that is not going to happen because the U.S. Congress still has not approved it. It would put Florida out of sync with the rest of the Eastern time zone for half the year. Federal law says only federal officials can change time zones. So we still have to wait and see.
And while it's out of sync for half a year, your programming would be a little different.
Yeah.
But since it's not happening, let's not confuse you this
I'm
morning.
already confused.
I know. Don't worry about it.
I don't even know
worry
what time
about
it is right
It's
now.
not going to happen for a while anyway.
We'll cross that bridge when we have to.
We're just hoping that we see some daylight today, you know, some
Let's
sunlight.
hope we see some sunlight. Good morning, buddy. Lindsay, it's 5:48 right now.
Oh, thank you.
Just so you know, in the morning, here we go. Brooksville, Hernando County, temperatures in the upper 70s this morning. A couple of light showers possible to your south. Then as a sea breeze kicks in, notice your best opportunity for rain. Nature Coast up towards Citrus County too. That's going to be early in the afternoon, maybe even late morning. By the late afternoon and evening, things should clear out. So if you're thinking, okay, I've got to get some yard work done today, if you don't do it before 10 o'clock in the morning, you might as well wait till maybe 4, 5, and 6. If you do get a shower, let the grass dry out, and then cut it just before the evening there in Hernando County. Donald sent me this photo from yesterday. Anytime you see one of these clouds, and this is what I look for when I leave work in the morning, when these cumulus clouds pop up in the morning, are they shallow or do they immediately start climbing like this? When they start climbing immediately and getting really tall, that means rain chances are early that day, and there's going to be more coverage than we typically see. The clouds can really give you a good hint of things to come. Tampa right now to St. Pete, all dry, but I bet we're already starting to see some of those clouds climbing over the Gulf of Mexico, and they'll move onshore later on this morning. 74 right now, Brooksville, 75 Inverness. Good morning. Wesley Chapel, 76. Tampa is near 80 as well as St. Pete. Mid-70s inland toward Highway 17 and 27. One little thing to tell you about in the tropics, weak area of low pressure off the Carolina coast. Hurricane Center says about a 10% chance that something will develop here. It's not important because it's moving away from the United States, so we may just get a fish storm out of it if anything even develops, and the chances for that are pretty low. So watch for the morning showers this morning, maybe the Sunshine Skyway out towards Anna Maria. By midday, they're Tampa, maybe down towards St. Pete, Wesley Chapel, Lando Lake, Zephyr Hills. By the late afternoon and evening, it's the East Coast that lights up. Highlands over towards eastern Polk County, while the beaches are looking good. And that should be the case through the evening with dry weather west of 75 for the rest of the day after 3 o'clock. Temperatures in the low 90s Saturday and Sunday on Florida's most accurate 7-day forecast. Rain coverage for the weekend up a little bit, up to 40%. What are you watching, Lindsay? Any accidents out there?
Oh, you know what, Greg? The majors are awesome this morning. Take a look at my traffic map here. You can see everybody. You are in the green from Sarasota all the way on up through Pasco County this morning. Drive times right now across the bridges. I think you're going to like this. Average speeds right now pushing 70 over the Howard Frankland, over 70 somehow on the Gandy. I think the speed limit there is 55. 63 across the Courtney Campbell Causeway. The junction I-4 to 275. Not going to have a problem there. Traffic, however, is building westbound on I-4. Those are the headlights you see here coming on in. Still in the green at the junction I-275. No issues there. Average speeds, by the way, I post these and the drive times all morning for you on our free mobile app. 72 miles an hour. That's the average speed through Pinellas County. James, back to you.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. Still ahead, changes coming to a road clogged with traffic.
The way people living in the area are getting involved in this project.
And the cost of living on the rise, the work St. Pete leaders are doing right now to help families afford a home.
Good morning, Tarpon Springs and all of Tampa Bay. Get everything you need to start your day.
This is ABC Action News.
5:55 right now in Tarpon Springs. We're starting off in the upper 70s in northern Pinellas County. There will be a couple of showers that we'll watch for early this morning. By midday, they'll be in Tampa, and by the afternoon and evening, well to the east of 75. High temperatures right around 90 with the sea breeze kicking in this afternoon. I'll show you Tampa's hour by hour in about 5 minutes. James.
Okay, thank you, Greg. Pinellas County officials, they want your feedback on a road expansion plan in Oldsmar that many residents are concerned about.
The plan is to widen Forest Lakes Boulevard into 2 lanes and add bike lanes as well. But neighbors fear that adding more lanes will just increase traffic congestion. A meeting is set for tomorrow night at the Oldsmar City Council chambers. It runs from 5:30 until 7:30.
Now to an issue that impacts all of us, the rising cost of living. And right now, thousands of families in Tampa Bay are being priced out of a place to live. But leaders in St. Pete are determined to find new ways to encourage affordable housing development in the city. Now, over the past 5 years, the average rent in Pinellas County has gone up 46% to $1,100 a month. In St. Pete, nearly 800 families have affordable housing vouchers, but no place to live. There are 3 options the city is considering here. First, offer tax breaks for builders, make it easier to rent out rooms in our homes or garages to others in need, or set aside $15 million specifically for affordable housing.
A heads up if you're planning to enjoy a day at the beach in Sarasota County today. Another red tide warning is in place through Thursday night. Doctors say red tide can cause irritation and respiratory problems for some people. It's especially important that people with asthma or emphysema stay away from those beaches. We've got a link on abcactionnews.com to check your favorite beach. Just search red tide.
Coming up at 6, the community is mourning a retired teacher struck by a garbage truck in Tampa. The big question we're waiting for police to answer about the driver.
And making streets safer for students, the changes county leaders are working on now before your kids head back to school in the fall.